Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Namasurjaya Chandraya Mangalaya Budhaya Cha Guru Shukra Shani Pyascha Rahuve Ketuve Namaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Inhale deeply with Va, exhale deeply with C. First pranayam, Shamnari if you know, 7 times. Follow me through. Mm. 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 Om Kriya Bhavaji Namo. Om Kriya Bhavaji Namo. Om Kriya Bhavaji Namo. Mm. 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 Right, so let's do the first pranayama. Inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply with C through the Sushumna Nadi, the center Nadi. Identify that, follow me through. Let's do the second pranayam. Again, inhaling Va, exhaling C to Sushumna Nadi. Inhale deeply and exhale deeply. Halfway through. Follow me 7 times. Third pranayam. Inhale deeply with Va and exhale deeply to C, single breath. Follow me through 7 times. you have this pranayama practices we do, it will all increase our immune system, and as well as it be against any other viruses which are infecting us. So we have all the techniques. The ancestors we don't follow through. And because of so many reasons and our current imperial economic is COVID-19 pandemic time, again, we are praying for all the rest of the people who, by ignorance, getting it, having it vaccinated and non-vaccinated, not taking proper precautions, and unaware of many of these techniques that are available to ancestors, including the herbals and all those things, which we are recommending and proposing. So imagine a little bit of meditation, 20, 30 minutes we do, you have so much of clarity and so much of confidence. And Siddhas, who has been meditating for years and years, thousands of years, how much clarity, how much knowledge they have. So all these techniques, all these medicines, the medicines, herbals, it's all discovered by them. So we cannot take it so simply. So at least in our group, we should take it sincerely and do it and help others, those who are ignorant and not doing this. I think that's the work given to us by Babaji. All right, so it's going away again with all these Siddhas and Rishis. Since the meditation for the world, I think we are getting out of it slowly. Again, it takes more time, and Mother Nature is also angry with humanity. All of us know to see the calamities going around the world, and we pray sincerely through the Mansi Maharishi Babaji, Mata Babaji, to help us in this tough situation to all the humanity during the pandemic time. Again, let's do the 7 times, then Mansi prayer, and Babaji's name, 7 times.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogyanadaya Sri Mahavishave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogyanadaya Sri Mahavishave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogyanadaya Sri Mahavishave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogyanadaya Sri Mahavishave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogyanadaya Sri Mahavishave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogyanadaya Sri Mahavishave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantrayaya Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinasanaya Trailogyanadaya Sri Mahavishave Namaha.
Om Kriya Babaji Namo. With the grace of our Guru Mahata Babaji, we have been going through his latest book, Yoga Vedham. And we have been working on this for this Satsang time. Many great teachings have been given to us, latest knowledge and Babaji's Kriya Yoga techniques, as well as the techniques of pranayama, meditation, Nam Jap, Atman, Paramatman, all those things, the energy, pranic energy, how to increase it, how to maintain it. A lot of information there. Jivatman, location, scientific way of explaining Jivatman, my mind, and all those things we went through. Thank you, Babaji, for that. Many things are even new to me when I really talk about it and discuss about it, and I'm aware of those things. And the last part of Babaji's book on Yoga Vedham talks about the meditation technique, very, very important techniques prescribed by in Kriya Yoga. He did talk a little bit on the Hatha Yoga, some of the important asanas earlier. And then the meditation part, the first meditation, which is fixing the eyesight towards one point, right? Parvini Aipudittal. Fixing the eyesight is one point is the first step. And we also talked about how it is very important. And for many of the other techniques. In fact, if we follow these techniques properly, the rest of them will fall through so easily. The next aim or second technique is holding the mind, stabilizing the mind, and so on and so forth. It is easy. Once you have your eyesight fixed during the meditation time, controlling your mind also, and the breath also slows down. And Babaji explains how this technique is similar to all the other siddhas, 18 siddhas techniques also. As all of you know, Babaji's gurus are Agastya and Bhoganatha. And hereafter we are going to see some of their Tamil poems also, and I'm going to explain English for all of your convenience. And these books are still available. Some of these poems and everything is still available even today. So we are also fortunate to get these poems in Babaji's book. As I used to say, Babaji is very, very keen on explaining this Siddha's poems, and wherever that is done, Babaji's presence is there. He assured people. Okay, so where he will be there all the time. He'll come and give his presence. Is when you do yaga, as well as when you talk about the Siddha's teachings. So hopefully Babaji's presence with us. Today we meditated with him. Your presence is with us. So with that blessings, let's continue from a little bit from the last class, and we'll continue that. Go ahead and continue. We talked about last class a little bit.
Last class we talked about how the first step in the 16th step, which is the eyesight step, which is the most important step. This step one, as Babaji taught us, the first we start off with the Bija mantra that was given to us. Then we focus on to the Kumbhaka focus, which is just and the point. And then thirdly, in the presence of Guru, we also talked about how to focus in the Kumbhaka, that is the third eye technique. And as it was said, that this is the same technique for all the siddhas. So according to Babaji, this deathless life means living in the samadhi. This is the most important or ultimate way to reach samadhi. Those who practice this technique will definitely attain deathless life. And this can happen through several births, or it can happen through this birth itself under the grace of our Guru. Even though this is a simple technique, it is not an easy one. Patience of the mind and patience of the body is needed to overcome the challenges that one has to go through by doing this technique. But stick to this technique with a strong faith to avoid confusion of mind, and then there will be clarity. Those practicing Kriya Yoga must understand the Kriyas and have the clarity and then go through the sadhana. In order to do this technique, one has to get up early in the morning and cleanse the body and start practice. Now, according to Babaji, Babaji describes the place which should be ideal in every home for practicing this technique. The place of meditation technique, which is ideal, it should be a minimum of 6 feet to 6 feet room, and keep the room clean. There should be no statues or pictures in the room. There should be a 3 feet by 3 feet by 4 feet wooden plank involving a clean white sheet to sit on. Now put the lamp about 1 feet distance and about 4 inches high. This lamp should be. Now the oil that is used for this lamp should be either sesame oil, castor oil, neem oil or apple oil or a mixture of all of this, or one can also use ghee. Hibiscus, the cotton wick is one recommended for the lamp, and the lamp should be facing towards the northern side. To sit, to practice, sit towards the north and keep the backbone straight for practice, and the neck and head and the chest and the hip, all of them should be in a straight line. Babaji also gave us a Guru Mahamudra or the Ganga Mudra, and this Ganga Mudra should be used when you are performing this technique. Tears will fall onto the Ganga Mudra when you are practicing this technique, and this mudra will hold the tears. The mudra was shown last class, and I think you can put it up on the website too. Now sit on the asana with two eyes wide open and bring the eye focus towards the third eye and keep looking up inside of the eyebrow. Keep the eyesight steady and remain motionless. No mantra should be recited at this point, and one has to keep the focus at the middle of the eyebrow. Do not control the mind. This should be practiced 24 minutes in the morning and 24 minutes in the evening every single day. Slowly increase this time little by little and then increase it to 2 hours and 24 minutes in the morning and the same in the evening. There should be no noise and one has to be very quiet in order to progress any further. Do not move, do not close the eyelids, no moving of the head, and the breath should be very steady. Looking at the third eye and focusing on the breath is the key for this technique. After the sadhana, do not shut the eyes completely, but keep it half closed and focus at the tip of the nose and then sit for a while before ending the entire meditation. Wherever the eyesight is where the mind is also there. So therefore, focus the mind towards the third eye and the breath will also follow the mind. Initially, the scattering of the mind will be there, but this will slowly decrease and it will settle down at the ceremony and it will control itself completely. Babaji gave us the example of how the net is completely widespread when you cast it and you focus in order to get everything, you focus and pull the string in order to get to a pinpoint smaller spot. That is the same way how the eyesight, mind, breath then come under the control. And then the third eye, and if you practice this, the third eye lock will be opened. These things have to be kept sukshma, and things will happen inside and should not be told to everybody. And things will happen within you, and the energy of increased energy will be felt. The progress, however, depends on the imprints, the evolution of the soul, and of course the grace of our Guru. Do not say about it openly. That's what, according to the Sutta, increase your third eye focus to at least 2 hours, 24 minutes morning and evening. And if you practice this for 3 hours continuously, then the third eye will open for sure. Babaji told us that nobody has told this so openly. Do not keep the body stretched out. Relax your body and keep your body straight. During practice, initially, one might feel the headache. One might feel that the body or the air that is spread with energy being focused in one place. There will be some eye irritation. There will be watering of the eye. The heat inside the body will increase and around the stomach area and the head area, and there will be shoulder pain and back pain. But do not seek doctor's advice because of this and put any medication. It will go automatically after some time. And that's what we finished with last class.
Okay. So we're continuing with the first technique. We are all, my personal feeling and experience in all this. Every time we go through this Kali, time passes by it is very difficult to do some of the techniques they prescribe, all these siddhas are prescribing. So we have to get to that level slowly, one by one, one by one. More layers are formed because of imprints on the world and the community and the society. And we are all in the scientific age, and we have this intellectual understanding much more than the faith and bhakti, which was there for some time. And people are abusing that kind of bhakti mark, and people make them as slaves for some of these saying religious things. The real intellectual understanding, scientific knowledge is gone. So many other people are looking towards, and even the knowledge is forgotten because of that, and only the rituals and bhakti part is remaining. So people, rishis and siddhas like Babaji, they come here, and they choose people. They choose those who are intellectually higher level, like including like Yogananda ji, and you can also see Swami Vivekananda has some connections. Even Aurobindo has a lot of connections, Babaji. So, and then he spreads, and recently Satchidananda ji had an ashram in Virginia. So they're Ramaya and also Marshall Govindan. So all those people, highly educated, well-established people who have early experience, and they come and teach Baba's techniques. So we are also, again, part of this group. So I want all of you to remember that, okay? So the reason I'm telling all this is you may be wondering why these techniques and some of these are changing from Yogananda's techniques, and we are changing a little bit from Marshall Govindan's techniques, even though he was my guru also, and Ramaya was also my guru. It's changing a little bit. Babaji changes a little bit after, but Ramaya is not alive anymore, but Marshall Govindan is still teaching some of his techniques. And Babaji has given to us this book in Tamil, and he's asking us to spread this knowledge also, which is more relevant, the latest knowledge. Now, since we are talking about this, Babaji he has this little ease of excuse me, thank you, remembering him. Babaji has make it a little easier for us because most of the knowledge we are getting is from Tamil Siddhas. Because Agastya Siddha, who is the person who really made the Tamil language itself, spiritual language, and also Bhavanada, who is Babaji's first guru, right? So he can easily give us the poems through Gatramanji, and we are going to see some of their poems and how they are giving us the first technique, stabilization of the sight, Parvai Nilaipaduttal, stabilization of eyesight is most similar to all the techniques. Babaji gives a little more information on this. Last class, he has Rishi said some of those instructions on the first technique. We have a little more. In fact, in our group, we are going to, after finishing this book, we're going to practice this technique as a regular practice. All right. So now we do up to third technique here in our group. We have the first technique with the Bija Mantra, and second technique towards your third eye, and the third technique with Babaji sitting next to us. Then, as Babaji has said, out of the 16, 10 or 11 of them we can do ourselves with his spiritual presence. And from 11 to 16, we need his permission as well as his physical presence also. And if he permits, maybe he can give us instruction from his ashram itself. Personally, I have some experience. I told Jashi also about that, and it's not impossible. This is possible, and our consciousness, the waking consciousness, is very difficult to see Babaji. But again, you have other consciousness. You have dreaming consciousness. You have Turiya consciousness. Turiya is consciousness. We have different kind of consciousness. If you have been meditating for quite some time, I'm sure you'll be aware of some of these consciousness levels. So Babaji acts at the higher level of consciousness. Okay? very easily can touch us in Kriya consciousness. And dreaming consciousness, some people get this blessings. Okay, those are all easy ways because he can be there wherever he is, like in Badrinath, Kaushalapidam, and he can extend his energy wherever he wants us to be delivered. He can do that. And unfortunately now we can't see his presence because remember the light energy is much when you become a light form, that is not the visible light what we are looking. It is much softer than that. You can imagine the energy which is much faster than light speed, as well as much cooler and merciful, because your whole consciousness will change in their presence. Okay? I think if some of you read Babaji's earlier books, Death of Death and all those trilogy books, you will understand how Nilakanthan and Ramaya talks about his presence, how they felt it when he physically appears before them. So that's a different kind of feelings we have. The reason I'm saying is that the level, the step number 10 all the way to 11 to 16, we need Babaji's presence. We need his advice. We need some presence. So when we separate our Atman from the physical body, we want to be under his guidance, under his presence, so that it is safe. And the higher level techniques, when we are going out of the body, Anga Pravesha, Mahaya Pravesha, and all those techniques, we want to be in his attention, in his presence. Okay, so it is definitely possible. If you have come along in this path so far, continuously, I'm sure you're all blessed with Babaji's attention and mercy. You're all definitely qualified. So with that hope, let's continue with these instructions. Okay. All right. So Babaji already said about when you really open the eyes and fix your eyesight towards the third eye and towards the Shujumani, the location we already talked about. It's the same location of your Jivatman also, right? Where we talked about it here, much more in detail in some of the classes. So if you do that continuously for 24 minutes or even beyond, if you have time, 2.5 hours, right? 6 Narigai, as said earlier. Each Narigai is about 24 minutes. So at least we do 24 minutes. Now in our class, we always try to do 40 to 48. It's 2 Narigai. So that's what you are trying to do. But if you do it continuously, all right, then there may be some problems with some people, depending on the imprints, depending on their past birth, how much they have meditated, and all those things are there. It is possible one may get some of those problems like backache, or even the gas in the body coming in different forms, and your eyes showing the problem of heat, redness, headache, and all those things may come, right? Babaji talks about earlier. If that happens, he is telling us not to go for any type of Western type of medicine. Don't go for CT scan of the head and this and that. They cannot do anything with this. Okay, this is all related to spiritual progress. In fact, hold some of this pain and all those things a little bit. Actually, imprints are going away, and don't leave it. Okay, if you want, as well as Babaji's prescriptions. Remember the oil prescription he was telling us, and also food preparation. As much as possible, you can use it and also do it. If some of you have any questions or doubts, please let me know. And we have some Siddha medications here, herbal preparation. We can recommend them to you. But ideally, in our university, we are going to have the same preparation what Babaji recommended with us very soon. You will get it. Okay, so remember that for these kind of problems, do not go for Western allopathy medication. That is one of his instructions. And then he also says, if you really do regularly all those Nitya Sutti, daily what you're supposed to do, right? Like eye cleaning and nose cleaning and all those stuff we talked about earlier, removing kapha, and also remember he was talking about this Kasalangani, Bingraj. And with the oil preparation, if you do inside tongue and all the inside tongue. All right, and make a little bit of oil touching the hair regularly, and all these problems will not come. Your kapha will go away, and because of a little bit of kapha only, all these things happens. And kapha formation may be depending on imprints also that can happen. All right. So, you have a question?
When you do the, no, it's just a comment. When you do the, everything, I mean, your eyes start watering, your nose also starts watering depending on the presence. And then you get irritation with the back, this nose drip. It's all, I think the kapha is, I mean, from
draining out, draining down. Yeah, that's what it is. If it bothers you, if it bothers you, then we have the KCP medicine with kapha clearance powder there. We also have chukumali coffee. The preparation is made of ginger and dhania. Yeah, we have that also. We also have tuduvale. We have, and and Nivizadaji can give us some of the plants also, right? For us, we have some of them is growing very nicely. So there are so many ways with Babaji's blessing we are getting everything here. So we can follow that. We should not get these minor problems. Okay, so no, there should be a problem. And by now we know we are very strongly follow Babaji, and his blessings are also there, particularly for our sadhanas. Okay, he's definitely there. I strongly believe whenever we have satsang, some or other Babaji's presence here. These are the intellectual side of all of us. Okay, so Babaji is giving all these precautions. Okay, don't leave any of the sadhanas because of this minor problem. Maybe it is a test for you too. Sometimes it's a test whether you are really serious on this. And the devatas are ready. All those devatas, so-called devatas, which are against you progressing. Forget about the community, your friend, family, this and that. Again, they may give some blockage. And then beyond that, your time and your imprints and your planets and devatas, they may also stop. That is why pray and meditate, cleanse up, and with Babaji's blessing, then we start all this, right? So again, we have to go through all those challenges also. Okay, so don't worry if you have to go through some of this. If you come across with all the challenges, even for learning some of the Kriya Yoga techniques, you'll have a lot of challenges, right? So we've gone through that. You are blessed to have this latest teaching also. So and this first level technique, once you finish it, Babaji says, all these, each of the technique, you have to have the experience before teaching to anybody. Very, very important. If you're going to give instruction, there is no, in our university, we're not going to say, don't teach that. All of you are qualified to be like a teacher, just like me and you. So the only thing you need is to pray to Babaji. If he has any problem you teaching to anybody, he will tell you. He'll definitely tell you somewhere or other. Okay, so only with his blessing we are doing this, and definitely he will tell you. Only thing is, make sure you have the personal experience before you tell somebody. That experience is very, very important. So when you experience certain things about Babaji is telling, and then you decide, that's a basic qualification actually. You know about that. Your experience, nobody can change. Your experience, nobody can cheat, or nobody can say no. Right? That's very important. Babaji says is very important, and but also he says this technique you have to really do a little slow and steady. You have to be a lot of mental strength, and all these 16 techniques have been stored as a highly kept confidential secret. Many of the rishis, many of these Siddhas, which Babaji is telling us so openly. He said, Babaji himself says, these techniques have been kept secret for a long period of time. I'm telling you all this because I'm going to be in with you all the time. Many of these techniques, all right? So for the world's best, for the humanity, I'm telling you all this, and follow it and then spread it. Okay, that's what Babaji says. Particularly the first technique, right? He gives permission for us to spread this first technique to everybody. If you have experience, and if you're not sure about experience, don't even try that. You can always recommend people to come to our university or follow our group. Right? If you're comfortable, yeah, you can tell them. And of course, please ask Babaji's permission. We'll definitely give you some indications. Okay. Babaji also says once you finish this technique, 24 minutes for 1 narigai, or you have time for 2, 3, or even 6. You can go up to 6 narigai. That means 6 narigas, which is about, it comes to close to 122.
So 2 hours, 24 minutes.
144 minutes, right? Yeah, 120 is 2 hours, then 24 minutes, right? 144 minutes it comes to 2 hour time. So you can do maximum of that. And then once after you finish it, Babaji says, இந்த பயிற்சியினை ஒவ்வொரு முறையும் முடித்தவுடன் ஆசனத்தை எழாமல் கைகளை மகாமுதிரை நிலைக்கு மாற்றிக்கொண்டு you have to say thanks to all those siddhas and all those rishis who gave us this technique. So Babaji says, when you finish this technique, we are going to talk about this at the after the book reading in Sathsang. So we have to finish it in Mahamudra. Again, Mahamudra I will explain to you. We have the Ganga Mudra we are talking about, and then we have to change your hands to Mahamudra. And then we have to say thanks to those siddhas and rishis who helped us learn this technique. And then they have to say the Maha Mantra with that mudra, Om Shri Guru Padihaya Nama. Okay, Om Shri Guru Padihaya Nama 16 times. Babaji like this 16 all the time. Many I think for this 16 techniques and 16 days. So he says Om Shri Padihaya Nama 16 times. He asks us to finish the meditation, first level, stabilization of eyesight, and then finish it with the Mahamudra, and then say 16 times Om Shri Guru Padihaya Nama. Om Shri Guru Padihaya Nama. I think Ganga Mudra is Guru Mahamudra is right here. Mahamudra. Kaigale Mahamudra நிலைக்கு மாற்றிக்கொண்டு Guru Mahamudra. I think I showed you already Guru Mahamudra. Guru Mahamudra is no Ganga Mudra for the hand lower side. If you know, I think that I can get done. இல்ல இது வந்து Guru Mahamudra, இது வந்து Ganga Mudra. ரெண்டு போட்டுக்காரு.
Which is Ganga Mudra?
This one.
Oh, I thought
maybe
the top one was the Ganga.
Maybe I didn't point it. Maybe I just showed the picture.
Oh,
Let me
like
right. Let me point out to close to you. I think
the top is no. Closer. No. Yeah.
Okay.
The top is the Guru Mahamudra.
Yes.
And the bottom is the Ganga Mudra.
Yes.
Okay, I thought it was the other way around.
Okay. Sorry if I said that way.
Yeah, in the last class you said the top.
That way?
So this is the
Guru Mahamudra.
And this is the Ganga
Mudra. Yeah. So that's what he has written that also. Let me show that to people on the internet. Okay. Guru Mahamudra right on the top, and then the bottom you have the Ganga Mudra. Nivjata, you know how to read Tamil? No. You said once no, right?
Very slowly, like it's.
Can you read what I showed? Can you read? It was not clearly shown. Okay.
You can take a picture and send it in the.
Yeah, maybe in the. Yeah, we always say that we forget. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it in the. Yeah, we'll do that. So the top one is Guru Mudra. Again, after we finish this Babaji's book, we are going to practice this. So that time we'll show, and then we give all the people information how to work on it. Okay. Yeah.
Nivedita, you had something to say?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was. Husband Yoga, so he can read.
Oh, he knows how to read Tamil. Okay. Okay, I will send it by WhatsApp to our group people. Okay, so So Babaji asked us to, again, you look at the Babaji's stature, right? And he asks us, he himself says to thank all the Siddhas, right? He himself says about humbleness, right? Babaji himself thanks all of them, right? So you don't forget to thank all those gurus. He did not say his name, right? He says all the rishis who gave us technique. So, Om Shri Guru Padagaya Namah, 16 times. You would say that. So another instruction, Babaji continues. Remember, many years when they don't do this technique of sadhana. Okay, so in presence of others who don't know what you're doing. Okay, no one who hasn't practiced it in front of them, don't do it. Okay, number one. And then don't allow them, even if they want to see it. If they're interested, teach them, and then let join the group. But don't make it as a mockery. Babaji has such a high respect to this gurus and rishis who discover these techniques for the higher level. Not only that, Babaji also explains this logical reason. See, there is some vibrations will go around in the room or in the place, and this vibration will not be suitable for some people. Babaji is absolutely right. I know, I was telling JC herself has a personal experience. So if you are going to be in a place where thousands of people are meditating, if you're not a meditator, that vibration will not be suitable for you. So we went to, I remember, we went to MIU, right? And we went to Iowa, where these Maharishi University people meditate, thousands of them together. And I feel so happy because I was part of the group. But it doesn't suit Jayesh that just me. You want to tell them how you felt? That place?
Yeah, sure. I mean, they have a dome where they meditate 2 hours and a half every day or something.
Every day, morning and evening.
And he took me there, and he even before like about a mile or 2 miles, he was feeling the vibration. I had not started meditating then. By then, I had never done it. So I went there, and he went into the dome, and I was sitting in the car. And I've never had this feeling of this heavy headache. I never get a headache. And my head was splitting at that point. And I thought it was a one-time thing. We stayed there for, I think, about 2 days. And I thought it was a one-time thing. And then they meditate in the morning and then they meditate in the afternoon. So the morning part, I had a very bad headache, and I just thought, oh, I didn't eat or I didn't drink well, anything. So I just put it to that. That evening when he meditated, also I did have the exact same level of headache that I had, and that kind of bothered me because I was never I don't get headaches. And not only that, a lot of negative feelings were coming out of me. And this was something which was very unlike me. And I was telling him that something was not right in that area. And then he explained to me that the vibrations that come out from the dome, to some people, it really affects them for non-meditators. And this was what I experienced in that. And he had not told me that earlier. And only after I told him my experience about what it was happening, then he kind of attested to that. That if you don't meditate, or from people who are just starting to meditate, this is what happens. So
the logical.
Oh wow, that's
interesting,
right?
Yeah,
it was very
it's so
interesting.
powerful.
And it was, and I cannot forget that because it was very, very different. I was not myself, and I was feeling very. I think so. He was saying all the feelings that was inside, or whatever it was, whatever you've gone through. I mean, all that was pouring out, and I couldn't be there. And he was there for an hour and a half. So the second time, I think the next day I didn't go. I told him I'm going to stay in the hotel. And then after that, I think one more time I came.
You want to go out of the
yeah. But after knowing it, then I realized that probably that was what it was. Because I could not attribute it to anything else. And I was fine after that. So it was very disturbing at that point when I didn't start.
Were you able to go meditation, like after, like when you did start meditating, like have you had an experience with
No, that's what
like
he's
that?
telling me now. Now that I'm into it. This was like 4 years back or something. Yeah. Now that I'm into it, I don't know. I have not gone. He was telling me we should go and see if you feel the same, or you feel any different. Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
And you have that powerful, now that you're on that track, that I'm just curious how it would be to have the vibes now. It would affect you.
Absolutely. Now. Actually, I'm also very curious, and he was telling me we should go one of these days and just be there and see if you feel the same way, and if there's any difference. So I'm going to try that definitely, and yeah, someday I will do
very
it.
interesting. Thank you for sharing.
So I have a proof. Yes, I can say. I can't say blankly because I have tested with Jayashree, and so it shows. And she's right from there. She came as a blank slate. Then everything is going there. So that's a good proof right here. Deepika ji, you want to say something?
Very, very interesting, Jayashree, really.
Yes, Deepika. I mean, and I cannot, and that's an experience I had. Sorry?
We don't realize these things unless we experience it.
Yes, and I was, and I know, and that feeling, even as I'm talking, I know exactly what I felt out there, and it was a very disturbing feeling for me at that point. I've never felt like that, but I guess now, like Nivedita says, maybe I should go and do it again to see how it feels.
You must.
I should, right?
Then when you do that, you share that with us.
I will definitely.
Yes, exactly. Like we'd love to hear these anecdotes, like what happened and all these things. Deepika and me are very interested.
So that's what made me, when I read all this, and then it makes me really, I mean, what a 4-year journey it has been for me. It has been amazing, personally for me, that's been a very amazing journey. So I really thank that I've been exposed to all this. I had no clue of anything. I only was in the bhakti thing because of my parents, and that's how they did everything. And I didn't know anything about meditation. I didn't know this path at all. So this 4 years has been an eye-opener for me in all respects. So I would just thank him and thank everybody, and I thank Manohar also very much for showing me this path, because now my curiosity has gone up a lot, and I'm very interested in what I'm doing right now.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So that's what Baba is mentioning here, right? He's mentioning what is the logical reason, what is the scientific reason why they should not allow, or anybody who's curious, they should not do it in the beginning, because they have different kind of thought vibrations going around, and some people believe it or not, that vibration will hit them, hit the Atman, and the way we feel from Atman, way they feel the experience is by thoughts, by our thought process, right? That thought process will try to change. So what will do, this vibration will try to knock your imprints very quickly, not slowly, step by step, very quickly. Then you feel uncomfortable. And then any of those imprints there, they will try to come out.
That's the negative feeling.
That's a negative feeling. So in fact, it's good for people. If people have a lot of imprints, if they stay in that area, it will be cleaned up. It's almost like Maharishi actually did a scientific temple. That's a real temple. Like if people say, if you go to a good temple there, and the bad people will have a little vibration, even the ghosts and all those will not go inside the temple. So we are like us only, that only. We have some bad imprints, right? That's why we are born here. Some desires and all those things, that's why we are in this world. And these are all pure souls. They've been meditated for a long period of time, right? And they're meditating and the vibrations are good. They're also chant some of the Bija mantra, including the Bija mantra. Bija mantra is completely cleansed up. And then they're also chanting for world peace. They're chanting for happiness. They're chanting for compassion and all those good things. So that's the nature of the Almighty. They study about it in their campus. What is the nature of the Almighty? How do you feel it? What is the relationship with Jivatman and Paramatman? So they, just like Babaji has explained, so scientifically they are meditating. So Maharishi has built a scientific temple. If anyone will be interested to come with us, yeah, that'll be nice also. We'll take care. Yeah, beautiful place. The whole university is meditating and studying and everything. is very nice. So what I'm saying is, so that is the reason. There's a logic to it, and anybody curious and all these things, they will have their effect once they go in there. But for some reason, I was there in the campus for a couple of years. When I was going to join the campus, 2 miles away, I feel so joyful suddenly. I don't know why I'm joyful. Suddenly I was joyful, I was happy, and when you're happy for no reason, right? Then you yourself look a little funny. What's going on here, right? That kind of feeling I had. So people have different kind of opinions. So when I went there, it's almost like all the people are almost they know me, and they're all just like similar, right? Same kind of emotions. We can talk like as all of you know that we can't talk whatever we're doing. We can't talk to everybody, right? Some people we think we are crazy doing all this, right? So there, if you go to campus like this, everybody is sincere on this. Everybody is sincerely meditating. Everybody is talking about it. Everybody is satsang. Everybody is listening to Maharishi every day, 1 or 2 hours. So they are sincere. You have seen when he got the first initiation. So they are more sincere than us. Like we are like Indians, and we know we have a tradition. For these people, it is like something given to them.
They are driven by experience.
Experience.
That's the only thing that, because they don't have the background.
They don't have
They have
background.
studied a lot to after that.
Yeah.
But when they came in, it was and they have done immense research.
Remember, there are not simple people. There are scientists, PhDs,
PhDs and
professors, and all those people.
MD,
PhDs are there, and there are highly educated, very, very thoughtful people that I met. I forgot to tell you, some of you know Deepak Chopra. Deepak Chopra was also in the group, in the faculty.
In
MIU. He was a faculty for some time. So if you know Chopra, then he branched out later on after Maharishi. But anyway, the reason I'm telling is that what we are really going through, what Babaji is telling us, it's amazing. Amazingly so clear, and we are fortunate. Many of Siddhas has given this in poems, very difficult twilight meanings, and Baba is giving us just like that. Very clearly and openly. And as I said before, and we are fortunate to hear in English also. Hopefully it goes to other people to get it. So let's continue. The instruction he's giving is don't allow people, even your own children, sometimes, right? Even if they are good, make them understand a little bit. Okay, so be sincere and don't make mockery out of it. Things like that to tell them, and then it's good. And if they are interested, yeah, make them sit with you. Make some meditation. That's fine. They're really sincere.
They've joined in today. Our campus.
Oh, really? That's nice.
Pranayam.
Very cool.
Oh, that's here now.
Vrinda is
Very
there.
nice.
It's like a family affair.
Yeah, but I told Dave, just please join for the breathing. So he joined for the whole time, and then he left, and he was laughing at the end. He could not understand
happy.
a couple of things. But then, and then Vrinda just came in from her walk, so she's also here.
That's nice. Yeah, that's good. So that's nice. Every time up almost.
Yeah. No, it's time up.
Time up. Okay. Let me finish only a few more. In section Baba is giving a bit. From next chapter is going to be really interesting. He's going to talk about other siddhas and teachings also. Anyway, so Babaji says to practice. So for all these reasons, the best way to practice is when you are alone. Right? You can do it as a spouse if you're like Jayashree and me, or somebody who is the same line, or same interest, same mental wave. Then it's no problem. If you have your spouse who doesn't believe it and this and that, yeah, make sure you have a separate place for yourself, and then do it. If they are in parallel line with you, then it's okay, right? So, because the thing is that we don't want to disturb them. Not only our own person. It's almost like I was telling you about COVID-19. The reason I had the shots is mainly because I don't want to spread to other people. I may have good immune resistance. But what if I'm okay, but then I'm giving to the kids where I'm teaching, or I'm giving to other faculty members, right? So that is not fair enough. That's why I had the COVID. Same thing. We are all doing the meditation, everything for our goodness, but we don't want to disturb the other people, right? That's the main reason Baba is telling us. And then Babaji goes on saying that he's going to explain what does this Mahamudra means. Why should we have this Mahamudra after this, doing this practice, and why? Okay. So Mahamudra is your two fingers, as I was showing. Two fingers are going up, right? Those two fingers shows.
No, you're talking about this mudra, right?
Yeah.
So this mudra. Okay.
So let's see that.
Yeah,
Picture mudra again.
Mudra?
Yeah. I think that's a mudra.
This one and this one is the Ganga.
If you see, if it's a Babaji's movie, Baba movie, I think that's what he does. He's just this mudra only. The reason those two fingers are up, Babaji says, now see, we are reading all this logically, scientifically. Babaji
I
gives us.
really wanted to know what
Right. He says, மேல்நோக்கில் இருவர்கள் கிரியாவின் விழிகளின் மேல்நோக்கி உயர்த்துவதை குறிக்கும். So these two fingers, that means your eyes, right, going up. That's what it really means.
So that's what it
represents. கீழே மடக்கப்பட்டுள்ள பெருவிரலால் அமுக்கப்பட்ட நுழையில் உள்ள விரல்கள் மனமாயார். So the two fingers and then we put it here like that, right? That represents mana maya, your mind, maya of the mind, right? Your maya of the mind, and mana maya. Because of the maya of the mind, there are some actions happening in the body. It has whatever we have in the mind, they will have a representation of physical body also. Remember that. If you're happy, if you're joyful, that will show in your face, right? Because face is a physical organ. So same thing, opposite also. If you're down or depressed, that will show in your body. So that becomes a disease also, right? So you can compare this laughing yoga and all those stuff also. You can relate to that. So those two fingers, and then you hold this, right? And that really represents mana maya your maya of the mind, and the body responds to it, body response. And then swasa ottathal eppudum indriya iyakangal. Now there's also another subtle reason. Remember, there is inhaling and exhaling, right? We have it represents that also in those two fingers, inhale and exhale. There are two of them. Indriya iyakangal, indriya, all those five senses, right? Because of inhaling and exhaling, your five senses are going to be acting differently. This is a new lesson for us. So by inhaling and exhaling, your five senses, your eyes, your nose, your ear, and your mouth, and also your touch. Touch is very important too, because that also changes. So it seems they also change depending on inhaling and exhaling. Okay, so that these also represent those two. All right. So first, two eyes, focusing on the third eye, and then inhaling, exhaling. That's why we have those two. Okay. Remember that. Okay, that means by inhaling, exhaling, your senses are going to be controlled. Okay, senses are going to have their own reaction. That's what it means. So it's actually happened by this mudra. Okay, by this mudra, inhaling, exhaling, and also your eyes. Okay, explain that to us. மற்றொரு கையானது இந்த பூமியை குறிக்கும். So the other mudra, the other hand, no, the other hand is kept down. The one hand goes. The other hand is showing the earth.
But is it bent?
It's not bent. It's flat.
Like this, or is it just flat?
It's flat.
No, for the Mahamudra. So it's just and then just the flat.
Yeah.
It's palm open. Bring it a little closer. Up a little bit higher, please. Oh, so it's flat. Okay.
So that is flat, right? That represents.
Flat like this.
Yeah. So.
Really flat. So it's like this.
Flat. So that represents
so like
the earth.
So this is flat. Yeah.
So manamaya Mayayum Swasatiyum Endru. So you have to win, we have to win is Maya of the mind. This mudra will help us. The Maya of the mind will be one, and we also win the breath. So we win the mind, we win the breath, and that will be helpful to open the Purvamaya Puttu. You believe it or not, I told, I think, so many times, the Siddhas always talk about opening the lock in the third eye. Purvamaya Puttu Tamil really means opening the lock of the third eye. So we can't see it, we can't feel it right now, we are meditating, but because of the lock, once the lock is open, you'll see a lot of light, and you feel the energy of the Prabanja coming into you, right? Whether you know it or not, it is really happening now during our sleep, and during that is why we are deep sleep, we are active, we feel comfortable because of the energy Van Amirdam. Remember we talked about that, the energy of the Akash is coming to us. Babaji says that Van Amirdam, that ambrosia of the Akash energy is sky is coming to us. Okay, that ambrosia, so we call Van Amirdam, remember?
But that's coming consciously, you said.
Yeah, here we are doing it consciously. And once we have that control, it'll come whenever you want, you can get it. Okay, that is how the Siddhas can stay for a long time. No food, nothing. They are just taking this ambrosia from the sky or Akash. Okay, so we have to strongly believe that. So there is some logical reason why Babaji chose this mudra. Okay, so that's what it is. The Kriya Yoga pertain is Mariburle. So this is a Shukshma mudra, Shukshma symbol is this, the reason. But then Babaji says, finally, I have told you so much, enough and enough. Okay, I have told you enough about all this. Also, I have told you the science, Kriya science, whatever you need, I have given to you. So in this birth, whatever you need to know, I have given to you. But whatever, Babaji again says, whatever I told you, whatever he says, whatever I say, the final thing is, you better understand whether you follow it or not, you're following your sadhana, you're doing your sadhana. Those are all depending on one's own mind, one's own imprints, where you are, what stage you are in life. That is the ultimate truth. So do your best. Okay, we have your own imprints, you have your own thing. So you have to fight it out, because that's what Babaji says. Okay, so do whatever you can out of this. I don't want to expect you to be perfect in all this, but whatever effort you're taking, then you should be taken up to that. And Babaji, of course, understands. And as a samsari, as a family person, how difficult it is to follow some of this. So he says, try your best, whatever you can. Okay. So Babaji, after that, even though he relaxes a little bit, then he comes to the next part. Iripinum ipraviil ni kandipaga in the Kriya inum arpudaman yogathai. Babaji says, whatever it is, whatever stage you are, but you have to definitely you have to understand and get the knowledge of Kriya Yoga, and also you got to practice it. Okay, Vinyanati is a Kriya science. You have to understand very clearly, and Vidamachudan, you should try continuously. Apyasam says, do the sadhana, because this has been given to you as ambrosia, very difficult to get. You have been given in this birth, so do it continuously. Kuri, Babaji says, Satyamana Unmayana, says, I'm telling you, I'm promising you, definitely you will, if you follow this, definitely you will reach a 16th stage. There's a proof for us. So Babaji says, I know that you will do it. That is why I'm giving it to you. He also says, I've chosen you. I know you will do it. That is why I'm giving you all the stages, 16 stages. I'm telling you, nobody has explained this so clearly. Even the Siddhas, all the 16 stages. So when I'm giving this satsang, when I'm doing it, I'm getting also more clarity. Right? Siddha songs are very difficult to understand, even though I know the language very well. but I haven't seen the poetic language. That's only some people who have done masters and PhDs, maybe they may understand. I don't know them because we haven't done research on that. This is one of the reasons. I'm sure Nivijata knows about it. Marshal Govindan, you know what he did? He took a person who had masters in language, Tamil language, and also he had a master. I'm talking about Ganapati, T.N. Ganapati Nivijata. I don't know if you know about the name. The person who wrote the Tirumantiram. I don't know. Tirumantiram on the moon. So Master Govindan chose that person, and then he wrote the book. Translation. Tirumantiram. So it's very difficult. So for me, sometimes it's difficult to understand. But this book, Babaji has given very, very clearly. Very, very clearly. Now you also understand, right? Once I do the questions and everything. So with that hope, Babaji says, I'm giving you this Kriya science. So Babaji says, so do not have the chalana of your mind or different techniques, different thing like Shyamji was talking about so many different techniques, right? That is why I was a little concerned. So for me, myself, I know strongly about Babaji. But Shyamji was coming with different things and he was telling all those things, all right? So Babaji says, don't now at this point, don't have all the chalana, because otherwise your life will go on learning different techniques, right? Get and follow it. Kriya science is the highest science. I'm giving it to you. I can't give you more than this. So follow it strictly. So Babaji is there all the time. So do not chalana, do not divert your mind to anything else. Vitam each and miracle. The Mahaguru, Babaji says, with the blessings of, and then Venkatraman says the last sentence. See, all of us will go, the person who wrote this book through Babaji, he says that Mahaguru Karnina, the blessings of our Guru Mahavata Babaji, we will definitely win this. I always tell Jayashree, one of the quotings of Babaji in one of the books, I think it is the death of that book, Babaji compares us as a human beings, humanity, as in a net full of fish. When the fishermen take the fish, right, the net, he has about 500 fish, for example, in the net, and only one or two fish will keep on jumping. They won't keep quiet. They'll keep on jumping. You will see that fish jumping out, escaping. All the rest of them will get caught. So Babaji says you have to be like that fish. This is example. You have to be like that fish. Keep on trying and trying. Don't leave it this because I have this job thing, I have my children thing, I have my family thing. All of the day I have to do all this dhoti. Doesn't mean you can't do 5 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of pranayam, right? 3 minutes of pranayam and 5 minutes of meditation. You can't do it. So try whatever you could try. Okay, that's where Babaji ends up this lesson, the lesson in this book. And then our writer of this book, through Babaji, he's going to give his personal experience with Babaji a little bit. And then he's going to give the 18 Siddhas techniques, including Gagabhajan and all those things. Gagabhajan is the first one, and then you go to Dakshinamurti and all those things. It's going to be very, very interesting, some of these explanations. So we are talking about teachings of the 18 Siddhas who are living even today. Thousands of years they are living. Our Guru Mahatma Babaji himself is more than 1800 years old, 1800 years old. And we are talking about him. And Babaji talks about the 18 Siddhas who have been living 3,000, 4,000 years, and more than that. So we're going to study about their teachings in their own poems and in the future lessons.
We met Venkatraman, he was such a simple man.
Yeah.
We met him.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we are planning to go to Siddha's place very soon, and anybody want to join us, that we'll be happy. We are going to see this gentleman also. This is the one who wrote this book, and get his blessing. Whenever we go, we try to meet him, and he's a very nice, very simple gentleman. He built a temple on his own without anybody's help, with Babaji's instructions only. The temple is still there. We went and visited the temple. Babaji has given instruction to make a pillar with 6 chakras, and in the Yoga Vedham, Babaji's statue is there, and all his life history is there around, and a lot of people coming and gathering and then do the pujas and everything, arti and everything there. And that's where I got this book. By the way, this book was about that itself. The same, the Babaji's blessings. If you have time and if you visit those, go to India, let us know. We will give you the address. You have to go there, or you can join us too sometime. That'd be amazingly nice. Talking about that, one more thing, a little more time today. Let me take only a couple of minutes. One thing is that so good that in many of the states in this country, I thought it was only in Florida. Apparently, it's in other states also. October is the Hindu Heritage Month. In Texas, also we saw, and also in one more state, in Virginia, Tennessee, or somewhere. They this country in US, they celebrate this October as the Hindu Heritage Month. Even our governor, Ron DeSantis, is approved this as a Hindu Heritage Month. Is October. Okay, I think I told Nivedita when she was here for the medicines. I'm sorry, Deepika. Nivedita, I don't know whether you know it or not. I mean, I told Deepika also. There is a.
That's interesting.
Yeah, have you heard of this or no?
No, I haven't heard it.
Okay. Yeah, this October is a Hindu Heritage Month. I was asking Deepika whether they're doing something in the temple. Maybe they're not aware of it. I don't know. But we are trying to do something, Okay. So.
I don't know actually. I don't know.
Okay. So we haven't heard anything from the Shiva Vishnu temple. That we get some emails. They have other programs going. I don't think they do anything there. But in our university, we are going to do something. There is a person from Orlando. He's in touch with the Indian Vice Chancellor of University, Yogi Devaraj. So he could talk to them. He didn't know about us. So Yogi Devaraj, all of you know, I think he came here once. So he gave our number. He called us, and he's a priest. He has a temple, and he also is an Ayurvedic physician. So we are going to have a good contact with him. With him and us, all of us together, we have to plan this and do something. I think I have a feeling that Babaji is asking us to do this. So let us do something on remote, like a Zoom meeting. I was planning, since you are meeting anyway on Sunday, let's keep it one of the Sundays. And then we continue doing it Zoom. Anyway, we are going to Zoom. We can ask that gentleman to come and be present also. If he has somebody else from Orlando area, maybe we can give a talk also. I will ask a couple other people too. Okay, even today's Mr. Saravanan is not here. Remember, this Sara person is from Tennessee. His name is Saravanan. Some of you are wondering who is the person Sara in the group. So he knows us, and he talked to me, and he got some Siddha medicines also from me. So he's a very sincere person. Maybe he didn't come because he didn't put it earlier. Yeah.
I apologize.
Just apologize.
I thought I put it in, but I put it in.
So there's another reason maybe he didn't come. So plan for that, and I will let you know the dates. One of the Sundays, we're going to have a little big gathering, and to celebrate the Hindu Heritage Month in the Yoga University. Okay, even though we are not, as I always tell Jayashree, that the Hindutva meaning has been misinterpreted, but we are all from the tradition, and we know the seeking part and the realizing part is amazingly very clear in our Hindu religion. Maybe people are misunderstanding, and just like any other religion, people do some things. So we're not into the religious part, we are into the yoga part, yoga and seeking part, which has been given by the religious people anyway. So we're going to celebrate that. Okay, I think it's ideal. And Babaji always recommend this kind of celebrations. In fact, when Yogi Ramaya was there, his instruction to Yogi Ramaya was every year once, I'm sure Nivedita may know about it, every once in a year, they have to meet all the people. Yogis meet, and until his death, he was doing it every year. And I think Master Govindan also was trying to do, and we'll see how we can do. But the instruction we have, at least this Hindu Heritage Month, we should celebrate this, definitely. All right, it's been in our own way. So let's do the Babaji's blessings. Any questions, Deepika and Vijayata? Anything?
No questions.
Okay. Deepika ji, you have any questions? You're okay?
No questions, Manoj.
Okay, good. I'm glad. So, you have any questions? No, you're okay. All right, thank you, Babaji. We are getting a lot of information. I don't know whether we are qualified to get all this, but we are getting it.
We weren't.
Yeah, that he said already. So, thank you for that. And such a high quality as well as high level of knowledge we're getting. With his blessings, I think we'll try our best to follow this as much as possible. So, thanks to him. We will continue the show now. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Shivaya Namah Navasima. Mavayana Sisiyana Vasimayana Om Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Shivaya Namah Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you.
Bye.
Both of you.
Thanks so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good week.
You too. Bye, Nivy.
Bye, Deepika. Bye, Jish. Manohar. Have a wonderful night.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Same to you. Bye bye.
Half an hour extra today.
அது என்ன அது லாஸ்ட் முடிச்சலாம் இல்லை சொல்லிட்டு ரீட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு and also I forgot to tell about this forgot to tell about this October month நான் நீ பேஸ் பண்ணலாம் நேரம் இவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் தானே சரவணன்ல இன்னைக்கு எப்படி மிஸ் பண்ணோம் நான் அவட்ட மார்னிங் சொன்ன அப்புறமா வந்துட்டேன் இதனால இந்த பாட்டிக்கு போனா வந்து அதுவே வாட்ஸ்அப் கிங்கோ நான் எடுத்துக்கோ அதுக்குதான் வாங்க டைம் இஸ் ஸ்டார்ட் வல்லாரையும் சாப்பிட்னா தான் நமக்கு விட்டு விட்டு போகுது எடுத்து கொடுக்கணும் பண்ணிட்டு Thank you. வந்துட்டேன் நான் கட் பண்ணிட்டு பார்த்தேன். நீ வெட்டதை பார்த்தேன், வெட்ட வந்தா நான் பார்த்தேன் ஆல்ரெடி கட் பண்ணியிருந்தது. சரி ஓகே.
எனக்கு ரொட்டீனா நடக்கும்.
பாத்தியா நீ? Very close. கொஞ்சம் நாளைக்கு பாரு பொண்ணு பாருங்க.
இங்க